jam.
Alright, let's get it started. What's going on, folks?
Yes.
Welcome back to the No Low Thoughts Podcast. We're your host, Ron.
Spry.
On today's episode, we got to get into something that touched us deeply throughout the course of this the show. We want to get back into the mental health aspect of it. We had a Zoom meeting, me, Bri, and AJ, concerning somebody me and AJ formerly worked with. They committed suicide, and we got into talking about it, and we got to ask a very important question. We've spoke on the show before about mental health, and mental health is very important. Everybody's mental health is very important, but now we got to ask the question: How do you ask for help with your mental health if you think everything is a-okay?
I want to go back to hold on. I want to a couple comments or whatever. It was just
Let's hear it.
Yeah. So I got one comment says going outside your comfort zone and paying close attention to how your actions and your behaviors are affecting those around you. And I don't agree with that, because depending on who you're around, they would accept you're wrong. So if, let's just say, for instance, I was a player. Let's just say I was a player.
I mean, that's one thing that's definitely going to...
If I was a player and I was around a bunch of pimps, I'm going to be looked at in the light of royalty. Like, they're going to be like, oh, well, that's
everything
what's
you do
up.
is right.
Right. Yo, what up, y'all? Instagram, shiz, poop. So I didn't agree with that, because sometimes your environment can accept your wrongs too. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of the problem right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the environment, because we are somewhat a product of our environment. You know what I mean? So I didn't agree with that one. Just to go back to somebody said pray. You know what I mean? I thought that was key, but then I'm just thinking about, like, well, what if a person don't believe in prayer? What if that's an atheist? You know what I mean? I'm just answering this. I'm coming up with this just based off of
all the possibilities,
like, all the
that could be out there.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean?
Because honestly, if you really not a lot of people really think they're in the wrong. Like, self-evaluation is very low, and that goes for anybody, whether you're atheist, whether you're Christian, whether you're Buddhist, whether you're Muslim. Like, that's just human nature not to really know that you're doing something wrong. Somebody really has to tell you something. So if you have to be told that, and just think about it, if somebody told you, like, yo, brah, like, your mental health is lacking, how many people are really going to accept that as what it is?
Right.
Not many.
No, that's true.
Because nobody wants to be told, like it's a stigma. There's a reason it's a stigma. Right. Nobody wants to be told they're broken. And not saying that you're broken by being, your mental health lacking a little bit, but that's what some people think about when they hear that your mental health isn't all the way up to where it's supposed to be. And it's no different than being like, I can tell that you're fat. Right. When you're fat, I can tell that you're fat. But I can tell that you have extra belly fat or something like that.
But even with that, still, like, people would still say,
it was still buck against
that. You know what I mean?
No, I'm good.
The only way that they would accept that, like, oh, well, like, their size is not right, if the doctor say your blood pressure, your cholesterol, like, you know what I mean?
Or something they used to wear is just isn't fitting
right
no more.
So it kind of
might be right.
So, and then another person said that a person needs first to acknowledge he or she needs help. That's the pretty much the topic, like, because they don't know, like, they just going as normal. Right. Because technically, like, let's just think about it. Like, let's really think about this. If you, let's just say, don't have no trouble, like no beef in your neighborhood or whatever, and you got to walk around with a gun every single day, is that normal?
No.
You see what I'm saying? So,
No, it isn't.
and that's the thing. Like we got to understand, like, we got to first understand what's normal. You know what I mean? Well, people, I mean, I don't know. And then a lot of things just not accepted. A lot of things is weird. And I'm stuttering because I'm trying to hold back for what I want to say. Because I know it's real political.
Yeah.
As far as like the,
and I get what you're saying because we spoke on this already, and it's like,
you know what I mean. I'm not gonna go down that road, but a lot of other people believe things like the way that they believe, and it's nothing we can do about it. It's absolutely nothing that we can do about it. But how can you tell a person like, oh man, that's research in the comments.
Oh my God. Well, first of all, somebody said product of our environment, which is one.
Yeah.
Once several people bring something to your attention, then it's time to self-reflect. But some people can't accept that because they, like, depending on who your circle is. If it's not somebody in your circle, you probably won't accept what they have to say. But that's here or there.
Because that's, hold on, before we go past that one, because that's why most people, like we made a post before, most people love to be around cheerleaders. You know what I mean? Instead of people that's just gonna check you. I like people that check me. You know what I mean? I don't like it as far as like
no.
Like
No,
for
you like it
correction.
because at the end of the day, it's like
Yeah.
you can get better at that point. If
Right.
everybody's just like, yeah, go ahead,
I don't
eat
want-
that cheeseburger, eat
Listen,
them and fries.
I don't want absolutely nobody around me that can't tell me something that I'm doing wrong. I'm talking about nobody. Like if I know that I'm about to do something wrong, if that person can't tell me like, nah man, you need to chill, like that's corny, boom, that's different. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if it's something that person do, then of course that person obviously can't check me.
Right.
Like if
Yeah.
if I'm about to go steal out of the store and this person steal,
Raheem
then,
Davis.
you know what I mean?
Hey, come on, man. He ain't the one.
You know what I mean?
For those who ask where AJ is, she's handling some business. She's doing well though, but you know she's out handling something.
Yeah.
And someone said I had this woman tell me I was headed toward being a crackhead, and 100% changed my life. Never touched crack. It scared her. It scared the person straight.
Man, that's But I think that's because that person saying like somebody told them that.
Yeah. A woman told she was headed towards being a crackhead.
Well, I think that was like at that point that was self-evaluation. Because now at that point, now, just imagine, now what if, because I done said things like that to people and they won't accept it. They just be like, you know what? You the bum. Like for real. Like
That's pretty intense though.
yeah, I
Jeez.
mean, just imagine. Like, I mean, you know, I got family that I said that to, and they would just be like, "Oh no, you don't know what you talking about." I'm a person that's outside looking in, as far as like your life, and I'm trying to like help you, and they gonna look at you like you crazy. A lot of people can't accept things that's wrong because they a lot of times they don't know it's wrong. And one of the comments it said that. That's the first sign right there. Like that's part of the illness, not knowing. Like you know what I mean. That is part of the illness. But
yeah, because if you don't know, you can't. If you can't get past step 1,
Right.
you're not gonna get to step 30. Or
but
whatever
that
it is.
that is a good point as far as like somebody telling you like, hey man, that's that's not right. But when you live in a society that tell you that let's just say you raise your kid, your daughter or whatever, not to do boy sports, but the society it's an equal opportunity and all that other stuff, and you should play women should play basketball, but right. So, but you don't want her to. So, society is is giving everybody and everything rights to certain stuff. So it's
and
just
they
like
deserve rights to.
right. It's nobody not standing on anything because everybody feel like they're gonna offend somebody. I can disagree, and we said this on
Numerous.
well, I was gonna say that
Zoom call.
the Zoom call.
But even still, numerous
times
times we talked about.
I can accept anything that somebody do, like it don't matter what you do. I can disagree with it. That don't mean we have to have a problem. Rye like the Eagles, I like the Dallas Cowboys. I don't want to hurt them. That don't, you know what I mean? I just want my team to win when they play. That's it. Like I don't have no beef. So when you meet somebody and say, "Hey, look, boom. This is the situation. I don't agree with this. I love you. I don't agree with that."
I'm sorry.
And then it just
there's a certain community that don't jive with that.
no, and I know that's a fact. Like,
unfortunately,
like,
and we here at No Home Thoughts.
Yeah, you know what?
Against
because I don't like keep bouncing around like that.
Yeah.
But let's just say the LGBTQ community, I have no problems with it. I could be around whoever. I don't have absolutely no problems. The problem that I have is that what they doing, if I don't agree with they doing, now they don't like me. So right now we in a time that they talking about accepting, or I'm not going to even say accepting, making us knowledgeable like what's going on in their community. You can explain anything to me. I don't have to accept it. And then I can say to them, or we could sit here on this, in these chairs and say, well, I don't think that's normal.
Right.
And they say, I think that's normal.
To each his own.
To each his own.
Yeah.
So I mean, at that point,
that's what.
So what do you do at that point? There's nothing you can do or say.
Always give half full. The glass is half full. The glass is half empty. Neither one of us is wrong.
Right. Neither one of us is wrong.
It's just our perspective of what we're looking at.
But think about this. Which one you would say is normal? You know what I mean? Like, which one would you say is normal? You know what I mean? I could care less what you do.
Right.
Because that right there don't define our friendship or,
right.
Our...
Or how we know each other or whatever.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with it. But at the same time, it's no different than somebody, like I stated when we first... If a person don't have no beef or anything, they feel like that they got to carry a gun every day. Every single day. Like, is that normal? He's not a police officer. No, he's not a police officer. Not a security. He just said he taking out the trash and say, man, I can't go nowhere without my ladder. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't go nowhere without the tool.
Without the blicky.
Without Roscoe. Like, but you don't even have no beef. So what's in your head? That's not normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's a lot of things that's being normalized now and here in America, and nobody not stepping up to say something. We got a couple people that's trying to make change.
Yeah.
I mean, shout outs to, let me just say this first. Let me hit that button first. Shout out to Major Change. Major Change he bringing a lot of different avenues as far as like what he doing. Shout outs to Gilly. You know what I mean? He talking about some of his true life experience. Shout outs to Wallow 267. He talking about a lot of the things that he deal with in part of the city. Shout outs to Oskino, Freeway, Beanie Siegel. All these guys that's talking about their experiences and they putting it in pretty much on the forefront and letting people see. And they life is pretty much on YouTube, right. Instagram, and stuff like that. So people, you know what I mean? So people can see, you know what I mean? And it's so crazy. Like, do you consider normal by measuring up to other people? Like, oh, I never been to jail. You know what I mean? Like, is normal going to jail? Like, you know what I mean?
Unfortunately, it is. And that's where it comes from the whole perspective of. But to even piggyback off what you're saying, that with our topic is like, when it comes to the mental health, like, if you think something is normal in your life, that let's just give it a blank slate. If people think something is normal in their life and nobody else gives them the other perspective, when and why would they get help?
Right.
So if they don't have a when, they don't have a why, they're not going to get help. And then they pass that down to the next person or the next generation.
We got one comment that said sometimes a punch to the dome is all the what? No. The comment.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad.
Sometimes a punch to the dome is all mental health help you can give.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So
wow.
Listen, I don't know if that was like a punchline. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Because some people really out here really need help. They really need help. I mean,
it's just
like I said, when it came up, the topic came up and I brought it up. Somebody I used to work with committed suicide, and in the midst of that, they attacked their spouse. You can't punch somebody in the head enough to make them not try to commit suicide and try to kill somebody they married to. That ain't. Yeah, I mean, that's something like I have no idea where those deep-rooted thoughts come from, but that's something. And the first time we talked about mental health, unfortunately, Miss Dupree, she talked about the suicide of one of her family members, and in the midst of that, I talked about the suicide of one of my family members. Right. So it's like that's like mental health is so important because we're losing people because there are people that's right there with us. Like you don't have to be a doctor to help somebody out with mental health. Like if you have a heart problem and I'm not a cardiologist, it might not be something I can do. If you have a foot problem, I'm not a what's a foot doctor? Whatever a foot doctor's called before I screw it up. That's something I can help you out with. But mental health is something that we can all help each other out with. Maybe not, be able to diagnose it or something like that, but sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes you need somebody just to point you in the right direction of doing things like, hey man, maybe you shouldn't be too down on yourself about this. Just talk to me about it. Just talk to this person about it. Just sit back and, take a reflection of your life and just think about some things. Because kind of the reason we came up with this, because we was like, wow, when this person committed suicide, it was like, nobody wants anybody to get to that point. Like once you are ready to commit suicide, or commit suicide, well, once you commit suicide, there's nothing you can do. There's no coming back from that whatsoever. But once somebody's ready to commit suicide, like you're down a long, dark, winding road that you might not ever recover from.
Yeah, no, that's true. You know what I mean? Like it's some people be thinking that they can. They don't know, man. Like you know what I mean? I believe that first off, I really like this is one of those ones that I really could not give no answer. But for me, as far as like able to be like sane, it's more so like meditation. You know what I mean? Just taking time to yourself. Everybody can take time to themselves.
Everybody should. On top of
you know what I mean? Like I mean, it's several ways that you can take time for yourself because self is first. You know what I mean? You can't take care of your kids. You can't take care of your husband. You can't take care of your wife. Can't take care of your family without like tuning into yourself first. You have to tune into yourself. And like they say, accept. Like damn, I do yell. I do got a problem with this. Why I have the problem with this? Why I'm not doing more of this? Why? You know what I mean? Like you got to start questioning yourself. But you got to know that you got to put yourself around good people, man. You gotta, man. This. Yeah, that's true. You know what I mean? What's that? PTSD. He said that a lot of people
suffer from it, don't realize it.
Oh, my cousin said we see y'all in Baltimore.
No, that's what's up.
Yo, shout out
from Be More.
Yeah, shout outs Heather. Heather definitely be watching. She said she's from Baltimore. What's so crazy, just take a little road. I was just on the phone right before I came here. I was on the phone with Scola from Drew Hill. We were just kicking it for a minute. You know what I mean? Shout out to Scola. But yeah.
When the interview coming? Oh, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. That was a whole little thing. But we just don't know as far as the black community. My thing is, I would say just pay attention. Like I truly don't have an answer for that. And people keep acting like they have an answer, but it's no answer because that's why you could see, like, at one time, you would see, like, when we was growing up, I know this sounds a little weird, but you wouldn't curse in front of a church.
No, you wouldn't.
You know what I mean?
Like weird. It's weird now, but you definitely wouldn't curse in front of a church.
You know what I mean? You say,
and guess what? Somebody will call you out, even if I didn't believe in it, and we all 13. Another 13-year-old that was rolling with us, like, yo, what's wrong with you, bro? What's wrong? Like, somebody will call you out.
Yo, man, you drawn. You didn't mess with older folks. You didn't mess with people that like kids or babies. And I mean, we seeing more babies, more women, people just disrespected. Let alone people cussing in front of the church or the magic. People are shooting them up. I'm talking about like opening the door, letting off fire. You know what I mean? So we dealing with a bigger issue here as far as the world, like, and we just ignoring it. You know what I mean?
Someone said, she said, can we talk about vicarious trauma? Like, I'm really messed up about this quadruple murder. I don't know what, there was a quadruple murder. I'm mad at any dude who I know thinks like he did. Like, I mean, well, for one,
I don't know about that.
There's a lot. I mean,
there's so many killers.
I'm about to say the sad part in Philadelphia this year, it has gotten it's completely out of hand.
Yeah, we already at 100 already. And I'm just like,
this is ridiculous. How crazy it is out here.
Like murders. Like, okay, let me just say this: when we went to New Orleans back in October, right? So we was riding on the boat. We was on the swamp. You know what I mean? I like to do like little adventure stuff like that. So we on the boat. He stopped the boat. Boom. I don't know if it's called a boat, but the little thing. And he was like, look, where I'm from, I never even heard of a murder. He's like, the community that I'm from, he said, we leave the doors unlocked. We never heard of murders until like paying attention to the TV. Like, it's not in their community. And I'm just saying, like, I was like, what? You know what I mean? Like, what?
That strikes me as a little odd.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, like, all right, well, you know, teach his own. Like, I was lost. I was like, now think. To me and you sitting on that boat, that's normal to us.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? As soon as you said it, like, I didn't even know where you were going with it.
Right, that's normal to us. And he's saying, that's not normal. Like,
and it shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be. But it's normal. Like, it's just, oh man, that was just such and such. Man, he was out there doing this thing on the corner. Man, they wanted what he got, and they shot him up. And
I'm talking about the stimulus check murders. There was a stimulus check murder. Y'all out here wilding out, man. Damn.
I don't know about the stimulus check.
Yeah,
You talking about stimulus check when everybody get one?
Yeah, and it's just coming out. Like, this ain't something.
She said
this is weeks in the making, days in the making.
Hold on, I was about to say a triple, but it was a quadruple.
Quadruple murder over a stimulus check.
Everybody get it. So it's not like, you know, well, everybody get it that file taxes. I mean, and truthfully, this from 2020 to now, I don't care if you even file taxes, you even got a job. All you gotta do is put something down.
All you gotta do is figure something out.
Man, get you 125, get you an LLC. Say you got 5 employees. You ain't gotta show no income or none of that crap. You don't have to have proof, and they gonna cut you a check.
Especially if you ain't really worried about nothing. Like, if you're a law-abiding citizen, then all right, don't do it. But well, actually, nobody should do it. It's just so I'm on record saying that. Right. But honestly, if you really out here ain't really doing nothing, take the 125, get you an LLC, and go out there and get this money that they giving away.
They giving it away.
They giving it away. They are really giving it away.
They not following up or anything like that. But like I don't know where it come from. Like, why do that gotta be something wrong? Like, why do I want something that he got
when I can go get it?
When I can get it myself. And it's not hard. Like, none of this stuff is hard. Now I know it's steps to everything, but that's like a mental blockage or something. Like, I don't get it.
The stimulus?
A stimulus.
All you have to be is an American citizen.
That's it. I mean, you have to file some type of taxes, and listen, you ain't got to call, nothing. They gonna drop it right in on your account. You know what I mean? He killed the family over. Oh wow.
Over $700. Even a 7-year-old. Even a 7-year-old. What the hell does a 7-year-old ever do to you? Nah, that it ain't even over the stimmy. That dude was sick in the head to begin with.
But see, and that's the thing. Like we, you know what I mean? Like, what we gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, what we gonna do as a people? Like, I
dude needed help a long time ago.
I just believe that people need to stop judging. Stop judging. Doesn't matter like how they living. Stop judging. Don't matter how they living. Stop judging. It don't matter how they living. And just love people right where they at. You know what I mean? Like, if they doing this, that don't mean they can sit at your dinner table.
No.
You know what I mean? You could just love people. Hey, check up on them. You know what I mean? Hey, you know, like, how you doing? You know what I mean? Oh, I ain't into that. Like, I ain't into whatever you doing over there. But, I mean, it's good seeing you. You know, if you need anything, you know what I mean? Just let me know. Just give, like, you know, little brief, like, stories or advice or whatever. Yeah, I mean, because some people, it go a long way. I had a guy tell me this, you know. So a guy told me, we was working at this job out in Chester, and he was like, yo, dog, like, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You helped me through a lot of my problems. I ain't even know. Like, we used to just talk about, like, health. And I used to just tell him, like, oh, no, I don't eat that. I eat this, or I stay away from this, or I do things like that. And he was like, he had bad high blood pressure. One time he told me he couldn't breathe. And I was like, man, you know what I mean? You need to get that checked out. So I was like doing research. Now, mind you, I could have just like kind of brushed that under the rug. But I was like, I was doing research, and then I came back to him. I was like, well, look, it could be these things or whatever, you know, go to a doctor or whatever. He was like, well, I ain't got no medical. I was like, damn. I was like, all right, well, this is what you need to do. Like, since you ain't got no medical, like, you know what I mean, go to the emergency ward. Like, if you can, at least you can figure out, like, what's the problem of this thing that's going wrong. Yeah. So, I mean, he did that. He found out his blood pressure was high or whatever. So I was like, you might can't buy you might can't afford the blood pressure medicine or anything that they prescribing to you, but you can control what's going into your body.
100%.
You know what I mean? So I was like, well, you got to eat different and you got to work out. You know what I mean?
Think different.
And definitely think different, because he was hot-headed. So he was thinking about doing all these moves or whatever. So he said, I'm going to move. I'm about to leave this job because this job is becoming stressful. Now catch this, y'all. Pay attention to what I'm telling y'all. Pay attention, because you know I always give y'all some good stories. So, and y'all better like and share too. So he said, I'm moving because the job is stressful. I said, well, how's the job stressful? Because you sit in the car, you work at 7 to 3. You don't have to worry about anything, more so to say. You know what I mean? It's an easy gig, and you're getting a paycheck. All you need to worry about as far as your medical and getting your health right. The job provided a gym for free. So he didn't have to do anything as far as the gym. So time went on. He left the job. And when he left the job high and dry. He said, man, you know what? I'm done. I'm just leaving. He just told me. Yeah, he was like, I'm just out. He moving to a different state. He said, I'm gonna start all over. So I was like, oh, okay, that's, you know what I mean? I said, I don't agree with it. He respected it. He said, I was like, I don't agree with it. But I said, man, I think you need to stack your chips, do it the right to the other place, to the other state to start his life over, because he had like a lot of debt and things that he had to clear up before he went. So he ended up actually getting sick before he left. Like, he got sick real bad. So he never reached out to me once he left. I seen him once and he called me once, and that was it. So he went to the hospital. He was throwing up or whatever. He went to the hospital. They got him back right or whatever. He was good. So he went back. Now he trying to get back to work because he want to make that money so he can make that move to go on about, and move to a different location. He died. He had a massive heart attack. And I was like, wow. Like, it bothered me. I was like, damn. Like, this is somebody that, like, I literally talked to him every day for 2 years. Every day me and him talk. Monday through Friday, every day me and this guy talk. We sat down, you know, we stood up, walked around, we talked. He got to the gym, and you talking about somebody, but he already had his mind made up on what he wanted to do in life. And that stress, I believe, is what took him out. Because he was trying to make the money to go to another location, but he was already doing the right things where he was at and making, and keep in mind, he was making more money than the other job that he eventually had to take. And he was working his behind off. So I don't know if the stress from the job or whatever, but he had a massive heart attack. And come to find out, that's his blood pressure was a problem. I used to give him some stuff for his blood pressure.
You didn't take it?
No, he took it. But the thing about it is, it's a constant thing.
Yeah.
You gotta, blood pressure medicine and things like that is not to, blood pressure medicine is not to fix the problem.
Yeah, you already got to that.
Blood pressure medicine is to cover up what the problem is. And anytime I talk to anybody that know me, when we start talking about health things, I kind of break it down to a car. When your check engine light come on, it does not matter what's the reason why your check engine light come on. It came on for whatever reason, and you need to go see the mechanic. Your headache you got a headache. It's a reason why you have a headache. Your blood pressure is high. It's a reason why your blood pressure is high.
Oh, absolutely.
The medicine might fix it momentarily, but that's not it.
Or might keep the car going for another 1,000 miles or whatever.
Right, but that is not the cure. Something is going on inside your body that you need to change. It might not be because you big. It could be because, excuse me. It could be because you stressed out about your situation, what's going on. Mm-hmm. And I believe he let everything get to him. And I used to tell him, I used to be like, man, come on, man. Let that roll off your back. One time,
a lot of people can't do that for whatever reason.
One time I told him, me and him got into an argument, right? And I was telling him, I was like, yo, I said something to him, and he was getting nasty with me because he always on go. And I was like, yo, you want to talk to me in the gym? He took it like I wanted to fight. So it just boosted him up. And I'm like, and I was like, yo, I'm going to go ahead and let you get that one. I was like, you know what I mean? Go ahead. So I left, I came back. I was like, bruh, you already on fight mode. I'm on some, let's get away from people and we could talk about what you're going through, because I know it ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he was already, and I told him, I said, man, you gotta chill, man. He could not chill. He could not, everything. He used to get mad. So he used to get so hyped to the point that he would sweat and he can't stop. He'd be patting himself. And I used to be like, yo, you can't let these things get to you. But once he left his help, which was me, that he told me, he cut his lifeline. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, we need to understand that he thought what he was doing was normal. You know what I mean? It was not. It wasn't. It wasn't normal.
As life would show him, it wasn't normal because.
And it's too late. Like you can't. It's nothing. It's nothing we can do or say right now.
From a massive heart attack out of nowhere. But that's something we definitely need to do in the black community. Not saying it doesn't belong in every community, but us being black men, we're going to speak on the black community. We got to normalize being healthy, 100%.
Right.
That goes from your mental health, your heart health, and like I'm pretty sure he wasn't that old of a guy. He wasn't 70, 80, 90.
He's 52. He's 52.
He's too young to be dying from a massive heart attack.
Massive heart attack.
That's like when you said massive heart attack, I'm thinking he's in the 70s, 80s, or something like that. Like, nah, 52 years old. Like, you still, like, you just getting out of your prime, in my opinion.
True.
And to be honest with you, like, you
looked young.
You ain't 50 years removed from your prime. You like 10, 15 years at the most. But, you in that gliding phase before you get to where you say, oh, he old. Like, I don't see that 52-year-old as an old person.
I think he on my face. I'm not sure. But like if y'all would see a picture, like you would have seen, like he would look young. Like he wasn't like a dude that, and he used to get a, like he used to have this bounce with him. I'm like, he ain't never had no aches and pains. It was just this high blood pressure.
So
It was just this high blood pressure.
We definitely got to normalize.
We gotta be in
your mental health is very important. As we said on the Zoom meeting, it's just as important as any other health. Like your heart and your mind are the two things that you don't have to tell to or doesn't take a break.
Right.
Like you can sit down and if your feet hurt and get a load off your feet, as they say, your hands, anything else. Your heart and your brain are constantly working.
Right, because I don't know. Like one thing I used to always say was like your heart. You can fix your you could do things for your heart, like meaning, you could put good things in your body.
Mm-hmm.
You can do some exercise to strengthen your heart, the muscles up in your heart. What do you do for the brain? Because now you're like your mental, and that's the thing. Meditating, like relaxing. You have to put yourself around a young lady, Rashida. She got on here and she was just talking about what she was just saying. Damn, I lost train of thought. But she was saying things like keeping like the positive energy around you. Like stop bringing like that plays a oh my God, people don't even know like how key that is. Even through the corona. The corona times, like I know a lot of people mentally was destroyed, but it was that was a fight. You know what I mean? Like because people, like when you see people dying,
for one, it was very abrupt. Number one,
yeah, it was.
It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was, and it's like every day you trying to. I wouldn't turn on no news. Like if I turn on the news, that's all that they was playing. I turn it off and I say, you know what? I want to be around some positive, because we dealing with this fight. I don't have time to be worrying about the negative if I'm trying to stay positive. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, every time I cough, my throat hurt. I'm thinking I'm dying because of what I'm seeing on TV.
And they would beat
I mean, it's like it was so they was hitting. They was listen when we went to. I think we went to New Orleans, or one of those places. Like they put some, my phone went off as far as like a notification, and they was just talking about, the counts is going up, people is this and people is that, and then this is on our way there. Then on our way back, it said that they made a mistake. Over 1,000 people, they was wrongfully diagnosed with the corona. I'm like, well, damn. You know what I mean? But that's not like the bigger thing.
That's not.
And it's just like
publicized on front page news.
It's just like you just trying to keep your mental. It's about being around the right people. And then, like, I mean, for me, that's what I try to do. You know what I mean? I try to keep myself locked into the more important things in life, like the things that's going to make your kids better. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like the things that's going to create the generational wealth. Those type of things, you stay locked in. I don't try to worry about the negative things. It is sad that such and such got hurt or broke, their house got broke, like stuff like that. But I don't focus on it. And a lot of people, you know what I mean, they don't like being around me because I don't like focusing on that. I don't wake up every day to talk about no negative stuff. Like I just,
and that's
because it's mentally right. But it mentally get to you. Like you just be like that 2020 was a test for so many people because I was mentally I was getting overwhelmed with a lot of stuff, and it's like you can't go nowhere. Bills are still due. Mm-hmm. Your unemployment ain't enough. Nowhere. Right. Unemployment ain't enough. It's free. Like as far as like you ain't did nothing for it, mm-hmm. But. It for some, my unemployment was decent, but for some people it wasn't enough. Mm-hmm. Then they gave you the $600, and then
they took it away.
They took, and they damn sure they dropped. They took that away with no, it felt like no notice. They gave notice, but it felt like no notice. You know what I mean? It was just a lot. Like you know what I mean? Then you dealing with. You can't even go to your doctors. Like I had to pay a copay for a doctor visit over the phone. Over the phone. I'm like, damn, doc, I probably want you to touch my like, just to make sure my shoulder right. You can't touch my shoulder like over the phone.
As you use the car analogy, imagine a mechanic fixing your car over the phone.
You can't do that.
That doesn't work.
So tell me, when you hit the gas, what do it do? Okay, this is what I want you to do. Go underneath the car. I'm not no damn mechanic. That's your job.
That's what I paid you for.
Right. Like, no, man, listen. I mean, but that's the thing. Like, it always bothered me because of so many.
2020 was a hell of a test.
2020 was a hell of a year. You know what I mean? But it's just, it was just like, so many things is normal now. We forget. Like, Meek Mills always talk about it all the time. Shout out to Meek Mills. You know what I mean? I meant to give a shout out to Meek Mills.
Somebody said, I haven't watched the news in months. I just checked the weather on my phone. I even had to take the Citizens app off my phone for a while. Too much negativity. And someone said, I haven't watched the news like that in months too. Yeah, the Citizen app, and then, because, I got a new phone now, so what is it, Newsbreak? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, watching the news break, everybody getting killed.
If one person get diagnosed with the corona, they zap it right to your phone. Whoop, whoop. In Utah, they 2 people done went down. It's just like, oh my God. Yeah. That's how they treat it. And man, let me tell you something. I had a lot of mental I ain't gonna say breakdowns, but because the thing about it is, it's like you had no outlets. Like, they giving you your unemployment and the $600, they're giving you stimulus, ain't nowhere to put it. Outside of your bills, okay, you can't go nowhere, you can't enjoy anything, you enjoy your family.
But you've been around them, not saying that you have an issue with them.
Yeah, it's not
but
that.
You've been around them
right.
24 hours a day.
Right, gyms was closed. Only thing was open was No Holding Thoughts.
No Holding Thoughts is here with you every week, faithfully.
That's the only thing I can tell you. Like, No Holding Thoughts kept going, like, through
whatever y'all wanted to talk about, we could have talked about it during that time.
I mean, and it shut a lot of businesses down. We talking about a lot of family-owned business that been around for centuries and decades. Did I say that right? Decades. Well, yeah. You know what I mean? And they no longer around. You know what I mean? That's another thing. Like, how do you tell somebody that took a business from their great-great-grandfather that 2020, just in 2020, the business is now closed? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? How many businesses that you could turn around and say that they, you know what I mean? That's not only like the owner responsive, like now they can't live the lifestyle that they had. But what about the people that ran the business for the owner? Mm-hmm. Those are jobs that people are now losing. So it's just, I mean, all I can say is
we're here today, going tomorrow.
I always tell people when it comes to how to kill a lot of this stuff is love. I can't figure out why you wearing a trench coat in the summertime. But I don't have to treat you no different than if I had on a pair of shorts and short sleeve shirts.
No, I'm gonna treat you a little bit different.
Nah, man.
You got on the trench coat in the summertime. Something ain't right. I'm watching out for you.
But you know what? That was so funny. Well, not funny. It's not funny. But when you go to Vegas, like, those people, they wear stuff like that because they say it keep the heat off of them. That's what they say.
I get you. But go ahead and wear a trench coat in the summertime in Philly.
No, I know what you're saying.
See if I ain't gonna side eye you from across the street.
But I'm just saying, like, if he wanted to just talk to you about, podcasts or whatever, like, and wanted to learn how to do podcasts, you should be able to just have that conversation with him and not, be like, oh man, get away from me. You know what I mean? That's the love part. Like, just be able to take your time out just to show or explain to him or her about something that they asked a question about. A lot of times we just a conversation or a high can change somebody's whole day or perspective.
That's 100%
you know what I mean? I done seen it happen too many times, but we keep acting like it can't hit your way. You know what I mean? Like, at some point, like they said, Terrence Howard said on Full Brothers. At some point, damn, I forgot what he said. He said, "You keep on if you keep playing around with the damn." Yeah, it was a nice line. He said, "You keep dancing around." Man, he said the devil knocking on the door or something. Yeah, I forgot.
Close enough.
You know what I mean? You keep playing around with the devil and he coming. You know what I mean? Like, he said something like that. Man, help me out, man. Y'all, I always mess up.
Somebody in the comments help bro out. Said,
you know what I mean?
This is random, but my 8-year-old daughter asked me to have a movie night with her. I said sure, but she still looked sad, so I asked her what was wrong. She said, but you're going to be on your phone. That goes for a lot of parents. I told her I would put it away and watch 3 movies. It's the happiest I've seen her in a while. And in a little while. She gives me a reality check. Kids are going through it because we are all pretty much stuck inside.
Let me tell you something.
Kids definitely let you know where you stand with a lot of stuff.
A lot of times, a lot of people, all they do is they look at their phone. The phone. When we go out, right? I purposely, on purpose, not look at my phone. So don't call me. Like, it just be like, I mean, I got my watch. I see you calling. I call you back because I purposely don't want to answer the phone because
it'll take you out of the setting you're in.
Right. I be like, now when you go out, you see a lot of people that do like this all day.
The whole time. Across from somebody they supposed to be spending some intimate time with.
They be just like this. They be like, come on, man.
That's part of mental health too, because we so damn attached to these phones. What happens? What happens? You so attached to this phone 24 hours a day. Let's just say the phone, because I've had it happen to me. The phone just goes out of nowhere. What you gonna do then?
They gonna kill themselves.
What you gonna do then?
I ain't gonna lie.
And you ain't got no answers for it.
I ain't gonna lie to you. These damn cell phones. My phone is. I'm not gonna lie to you. My cell phone is more important than my damn wallet. I can lose my wallet and everything that's in it. Because I know my cell phone, if any cards and debit, credit cards, only thing is right now that I have to really worry about is like licenses or
No, 100%, because when I lost my phone so long ago, I was
you don't know what to do.
It was found somewhere.
That's your employment.
Yeah.
That's your employment. That's your, like, how you probably pay a lot of your bills.
Oh, yeah.
How you transfer money.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Obviously, the obvious communication.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And communication is like 4/5.
Most people right now, everybody's on their cell phone right now. So, it is what it is. We take pictures. Everything is through a cell phone. But, I mean, that's what we going towards right now. And but when it's come to quality time and you're around the ones that you love,
put the cell phone down.
You gotta put the cell phone down. You know what I mean? You don't know what that, like, because when you cut your eye and you see somebody on their cell phone, it can get to you. Like it mentally gets to you. You be like, damn, every time you're around me, you on your phone. It's draining me out. I'm trying to interact with you and you on your phone.
She said, I said something about a house phone. My daughter was like, what's that? Absolutely. Yeah. Like, house phones are definitely a dinosaur in this day and age.
Oh, yeah. We see you and your daughter on TikTok, too. Oh, yeah. I be watching. Oh, yeah. We see you with your... I see it. You be on TikTok. I see it. But at least you're doing it with your daughter. Right. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's why I should get off that phone. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I see TikToks without your daughter, too. I see you. Oh, yeah, I'm watching. I watch this. Rye ain't that tight, but I'll be watching. I'll pay attention to everything.
Eye in the sky don't lie.
Listen. That's why she able to laugh, because she knows she like, I be sitting there cracking up. I be like, yo, I don't know how to do that. I try to do one of the TikToks because that's what my kids was into at the time.
Right.
The joint be like, and then you move out the way. I forgot the song. Go be like, boo, boo, shake, move, boom. I was like, I did it with them or whatever. Cause that's what they was doing.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? I throw the football, like me and my son, we throw the football all the time. It ain't no kids outside no more, son. You know what I mean? But at the same time,
there isn't.
I gotta, like, my son work on his hands all the time. We learn fighting stance. I got punching bag. I show him stuff like that. We work on grabbles. So I mean, we do things, but it ain't like how it used to be. You know what I mean?
Can we get it back to that?
No.
Okay.
It'll never go back to that, because for one, people.
That's a little depressing.
At first, it was the TV. Now it's the cell phones. People so far into like social media and trying to be something that they're not. It's
Never.
No, it's never going to go back. It's never going back. Even the amount of people that was on. Like, and we talking about mental health, they jump right off because they could care less, like what's going on in their community, or they believe that what we saying is full of it. You know what I mean? But you get on social media and you would look at, let's think about this. Two dudes talking about what's going on right around the corner from you. And most people know who we are, right? They'll jump off and watch two girls fight that live in Atlanta.
No.
And the thing about it is, and they think that they cool. Like, they think that's normal. You know what I mean? Like, somebody that's telling you, that's helping you, that's taking time of their day, that's bettering you, you prefer to watch two girls that's fighting.
You can interact, because you can call in anytime, you can leave a comment anytime, you can like, you can share, you can do whatever.
Right.
That those two girls fighting in Atlanta, you just go watch it.
It'd be so
over, watch another video.
It'd be so funny, because I'd be looking at the videos, and I'd be seeing some of my friends or people that I have mutual friends with, or how they work, and I see that they like the video, and I'd be like, this is so stupid. Like, a lot of the times I don't even like those videos. I like the videos if it was a nice outcome. You know what I mean? I'm not liking no video. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people be sending me videos and stuff like that. Like, stop it. You know what I mean? Like, stop it. Like, stop sending me stupid stuff. If it's not going to uplift our people, I will block you. You know what I mean? I'm tired of people keep sending me stupid stuff. You know what I mean? I get tired of looking at the stuff. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes... But if it's something negative, nah, man. Show me a good outcome. Like when them two boys was fighting and the Muslim brother walked up and said,
told him about
you see them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said, they laughing at you. I said, damn, he said, I said, damn, he might punch on you. He said, look at him. That video went viral, and people took it and put him on a bigger platform. That was thorough. Like, man, shout out to that guy. I don't even know his name. And I don't even care. But everybody know that video because a lot of people seen it.
And he came in, he pointed at everybody, look at them.
He said, look at them. He said they laughing at you.
And while y'all fighting.
And they didn't even know what they was fighting for. They was like, oh, like he ain't have, I have a problem with, I think, I mean, he said,
Unfortunately.
and that's how it was. And he was like, come on, man, squash that. He's like, nah, man, shake his hand, man. Like, nah. And he made it to, I think, a couple little talk shows. Well, not little, but some major talk shows. Now that was
that could be a launching off point to him, being there for the youth.
And guess what?
And the youth need somebody there for him.
My mom gonna talk about stuff. I love my house phone, pay bills, and all my house phone, or whatever, mom. I guess you know what I mean. You go ahead and stay with your house phone, and you be sitting there talking about stuff. Or you got the phone and say,
oh, that's the rotary. I definitely had one of those. No, these kids today will never know about that because it was out of style when we was growing up.
You like this? You like 2, 1, 5.
Yeah. Now back when you had a rotary, it was no 215. Remember?
Well, back when I had because I had it even when it was out of style.
Oh wow, yeah.
So yeah, I definitely. My mom had one too. She had one. She had like a little elephant thing somebody bought her or whatever. Like it was like a toy. I mean, I had it like on some like playing around stuff.
Yeah.
But just keep in mind, like this old stuff ain't coming back. You can even hear as far as the music. You know what I mean? Like it's so many things that's being pushed. We don't push the right stuff. Like and share the video. Won't y'all do that? Now,
comment. Tell us whatever you want to talk about. Even if you're like, man, I'm tired of talking about mental health, which you shouldn't be. But even if that was the case, we talk about whatever y'all want to talk about.
Yeah, no, that's
definitely what we were willing to do. But mental health is very important. So nobody should be like tied to tell them.
That was actually a good conversation with Miss Dupree, and she called in. That was like one of our first biggest call-ins.
That was the best call-in.
That was that was one of the best
because it opened up so many avenues for everything.
It did. That was like one of our best shows. She called in. I think that was like New Year's Eve or something like that.
I'm not even gonna get the line to you.
And she, well, not this New Year's Eve, the last New Year's Eve, she called out of nowhere, and she was just like, she didn't know us from a can of paint.
Nope.
And she got on here and she was just like, yeah, my son, and da-da-da.
And the biggest thing about it was she was like, I haven't been able to, because I guess he did it on her birthday.
Yeah, he did it on her birthday.
And she was like, I haven't been able to celebrate a birthday in X amount of years. This will be the first year. We was like, damn.
Yeah,
that boosted me a little bit. Like it really made me like,
because she heard us talking.
No matter what, it wasn't about the views or the likes or anything. It was like, if you could help one person out, then have a better day.
That's what it's about, man. I mean, a lot of people, man, all you gotta do is just stay in your lane.
Yeah, no, don't put that down. You're gonna have to think about Thursday's topic. If you're gonna put that up there, Chanel, I don't call people out, but I'm calling you out now.
She said, "Where's AJ?"
Where AJ, man? AJ is dealing with, some real life stuff right about now. She could. I didn't even know until the last minute. Matter of fact, AJ dipped on her. She's no call, no show. That's what y'all do when I'm not here. No call, no show.
I ain't gonna do that.
Ain't no. Yeah, we gonna damn that. We gonna do that. That's what. When I'm not here, it's right. I ain't here. No call, no show.
Right, you did a no call, no show. AJ never did a no call, no show.
Actually, I called. I didn't show, but I called.
Right, you didn't call until we was closing.
No. I text before the show was over with.
He's lying.
No, I damn sure text before the show was over with.
He's lying.
I text before the show was over with. But you want to put me down for no call, no show.
Yeah, it was definitely no call, no show.
Definitely wasn't.
Hold on, time out. If you don't call within 2 hours before your start time, that's considered.
No. What job you working at?
Every job.
No.
Every job. You can't call out. What job you could call out to 1 hour before your shift?
Any job.
That's a damn lie.
Any job. You can call out. Not saying you're gonna get the same respect as if you call out 2 hours.
Hold on. You will be in trouble. It's said in a contract.
Yeah, you won't be in trouble, but you can call out.
Yeah, I mean you can do whatever you want. You can call out walking in the door. Hey, I'm not gonna be in here today. You know what I mean? I mean you can. There's always consequences. No, man, you can't do that. It's bull crazy. They tell you give you
said Target? Yeah, Target.
2 to 4 hours.
No.
You better call out.
No, a last minute is last. That's why it's called last minute.
Nah,
that's why it's called last minute.
Oh man, this bull.
That's exactly why I call last minute.
You know, Rod call out a lot.
I definitely don't call. I rarely call out.
I never
cussed out for not calling out. Like, damn, you gonna go to work again today?
No, we talking about here in this podcast. I never called up.
I never called up.
You just did.
I didn't call out.
You call.
I didn't show up. I had to explain afterwards.
Yeah, I never did that yet. It ain't gonna happen.
Man,
I'm coming in here. I don't care. They gotta roll me in here. I'm coming in here. However, whatever it takes, I'm coming. You know what I mean? AJ be back next Tuesday.
Yeah, she better be.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. And people,
like and share.
Yes, definitely like and share, comment, subscribe. I think it's everything. But people, take care of yourself. Like,
take care of yourself.
No, honestly, you got to take care of yourself, and that's from everything. That could come from your feet to your head. Take care of your body. Take care of your mental health, your physical health, everything. You definitely every day on this earth could be stressful, but don't let it beat you down. Take care of yourself.